In this tutorial, I will try to explain the use of ternary operator in PHP. Uh, in ternary operator, question mark or colon are used to define the statements, and you can use it as an alternative of if-else statement. Here is the syntax. First, we will check the condition. If the condition returns true, then it will execute the statement of the left side of the colon, and otherwise it will execute the statement on the right side of the colon. Now I will explain the use of this operator using some example here. First example is to how the ternary operator can be used the alternative of if-else statement. So first of all, I will create a PHP file with this code, and then I explain how ternary operator is used here. Here a number variable is declared, which is 24, and the number is odd or even is checked here. To check the odd and even number, we divide the number by 2, and if the remainder value is 1, then it is odd, and otherwise it is even. So if you divide 24 by 2, the remainder value is 0, then it will store even in the result variable. And these syntax are the simple if statement. And if you want to implement the same task using ternary operator, then you have to write like this. First of all, it will show the output of the if-else statement, and here the same task is done by using ternary operator. And so the condition is defined here, and if it returns 1, then odd will be assigned $result, otherwise even will be assigned. And if you check the output of this script, then you will see the output of both if-else statement and the ternary operator are same. Now I will save the code and execute the script from the browser. Here you can see both outputs are same. Now I will check the second example of this tutorial. Use of ternary operator with $_get variable. We know this super global variable is used for reading the URL query parameter. So I will create a file with this code. Here in the conditional part, two query parameter value will be read, and if both values will contain value, then it will return this string by concatenating the marks value and id value, and otherwise if one or none of the variables contain value, then id or marks is not given. This message will be assigned in the variable output. Next, the value of the output will be printed. Okay, now I will save the code and check it from the browser. I didn't assign any value for ID or marks. Now I will assign a value, ID equal to 34 ampersand marks equal to 98. Okay, now you can check. The ternary operators execute the statement from the left side of the column, and the ID value and marks values are printed here. Okay, now I will go for the next example. Use of ternary operator with $_post. We know $_post variable used to read the data submitted by a form. So this script will contain a HTML form. Okay, now I will explain the code how it works. This is our HTML form, and the form will be submitted in post method, and it contains two fields, first number and second number, and a button submit. And the task of the script is to calculate the sum of the number taken from the user and print the output. So when the form will be submitted, then it will check the N1 and N2 contains value. So if user typed data in both fields, then this condition will be true and it will go for the next step. And here is numeric is a built-in function of PHP to check the value, to check any value is a number or not, and it returns true if the value is number. So the data submitted by the N1 and N2 field is number or not is checked by here is numeric function. So here it will check the number is valid, it is a valid value or invalid value, and if it is invalid, then it will print the message enter the numeric value with red color. And if both values are valid, then the value will be stored in number 1 and number 2, that is the by this portion of the ternary operator. Okay, next the sum of the value is calculated and stored in here result variable. If the value will be calculated properly, then it is again checked with the is numeric function, and it will print the value after addition with the result value. Otherwise, it will just print the content of the dollar result. Now I will check the script is working properly or not. So after executing the script, a form will appear like this. Suppose by mistake I have typed some string value. Then it will show the error message enter the numeric value. Now I will type number, and now you can see the value after addition is 123. If I want numeric and one string value, then also the error message will appear. Okay, now I will go for the next example. Use of chaining ternary operator. It is the alternative of if else statement that I have explained in my another tutorial. You can check that. And here, uh, same concept is implemented by using chaining ternary operator. Okay, this is the form that will submit the data in post method, and uh, the form contains a drop-down list and a submit button. The drop-down list contains four elements here. First one is select name, and three are the values. And based on the selected values, output will be generated by this way. When the submit button will be pressed, then it will check the name contains any value or not. And name is the name of the drop-down list. If it contains value, the value will be stored in the name variable. And if the value uh, is equal to Muhammad Ali, then it will return blue. And if it returns false, then it will check again the value with the Nila Chaudhuri, and it also return false, then it will check another with the value Meher Afroz. And if it is also return false, then it will return none. Otherwise, if this condition will be true, then it will return green. If the string equal to Nila Chaudhuri, then it will return pink. And if the value equal to Muhammad Ali, then it will return blue. Here, strcmp is a built-in function of PHP that compares two strings. When two strings are equal, then it returns true. And if the first string is greater than the second string, then it returns 1. And if the first string is less than the second string, then it returns -1. Okay, the output will be assigned based on the data submitted by the user, and it will be stored in the variable $result. Next, it is again checked it is none or not. If it is not equal to none, that means it can contain blue or pink or green. Then it will print the value by concatenating some other string. Otherwise, it will print error message with red color, no name is selected. Now I will check the script. If I don't select any value from the drop-down list and press the submit button, then the error message will be displayed. No name is selected. Now I will select Muhammad Ali. Now the color of Muhammad Ali was blue. Next I will do Nela Chaudhary, it is pink, and Mera Frost, it is green. In this way, you can use chaining ternary operator in replacement of if-else-if condition. And this was the last example of this tutorial. Thank you for watching.